720, 1080p. Cool. So I got 1080p 60. That's what I want. Okay. I didn't know. Were my settings really that off? Oh yeah, this is running a lot better. CPU's at 13, that's fine. I'd rather run the CPU harder than the bandwidth. Looks like we're getting a stable connection. Okay. Well, it looks better. It seems like it's running more. Quality's good. How does it sound? I don't know why I'm playing this on a computer when I can just pull it on my device. So far no issues on my end, that's good. Let's see. Let's take a look real quick. Nope. If I'm correct, it was me fucking up this whole time. Goddamn stupid ads. No. If I just did a lot of quick fixes. So basically, the couple things that I found out were get this fucking ad out of here. Nope. Okay, audio's good. Okay, so, like I was saying, so a couple things that I figured out were, for one, I had the wrong encoder on, in the OBS settings. I was using my graphics card, and apparently that's not the most efficient way, because it has to double upload the information from my capture card, so it's X264 now. So I fixed that. I also found out that I was still using RTMP encoders, which I looked it up, and apparently RTMP is a flash-based encoder, and Flash, as you guys know, was discontinued. So while it's something that is mostly in everything that can use it, because it's such an outdated form of encoding data, it's also very slow and very data heavy. So what I did was I looked around, and YouTube has HLS, which is another form of encoding that Apple made, and it's actually the one that's being used right now. It's the current form of encoding. It works on smart TVs, desktops, mobile devices, Samsung iOS tablets, that kind of stuff. So I had to get a whole new stream key, switch over my encoding settings to HLS, and then what was the other thing I did? I guess I can look real quick. Oh yeah, I had put my streaming, I put the rescaled output to 1080, because it was, for some reason, it was putting out a what did it say, 720 something? I don't know. So I got that back to rescaled out wise. I put 3,200 kilobytes instead of 3,500 to give myself a little bit more buffer room, and that seems to be working out a little bit better. I put the audio back down to 44.1 hertz because apparently 48 just is like extra bandwidth that you don't really need to use because people can't really tell the difference. So I did that. For the video, I put the output scale. I don't know why that was all screwed up, but I put that back at 1920 by 1080, and I put the downscale filter by bicubic so that when it gets downscaled, you still can't, like if you play at a lower quality, it's still good. And yeah, I basically kept everything else the same, but I changed a lot of those, and now I'm seeing just green all around it. I was getting red all the time, so I'm hoping with these new settings that I don't have that problem anymore. And it looks like it's doing really well. My CPU is getting run a little bit harder, but I mean, it's only at 14% usage. So I mean, that's nothing. Like, that's barely anything. So I think with this setting, unless my internet's actually shits the bed, this should be good, I believe. So we'll see. I'm pretty sure this is nice and fixed though. So you got all that done pretty quick. Well, I was getting kind of pissed off, so I kind of did some quick research to look it up to make sure that I was doing everything right. So it's holding steady. I haven't even dipped out of green yet, and I've been live for 7 minutes, which is already better because when I went to go start up again, I was getting red instantly from the RTMP encoder. So hopefully this will... you guys also should be actually getting a better quality picture than I was giving you, which I was surprised. So anyway, I just want to make sure I'm live long enough for everybody to come back that was here, in case they don't want to miss anything. But sorry about that. I should have looked into that sooner, but I honestly didn't think my settings were that outdated. So, but it looks good now. We look really good, so I'm going to continue with the game now.
First, you will fight all the remaining units of your model type. Your objective is to destroy them, every last one.
Huh?
I'm perplexed at the disconnect between their tone of voice and their specifics of the order. Fight against all remaining units of my model type, destroy every last one of them.
The fear impulse and self-preservation instinct seem to be the key to activating a persona. This is the most effective method of inducing extreme mental stress.
Stress? Come on, you don't have to go this far.
Huh? Well, that's a first. None of them have ever protested like that. Well, at least that's a sign that its ego is developing.
You told me it was over. I thought I wouldn't have to do these things anymore.
You...
Ain't there some other way? If there is, please, let me do that instead. I don't want to fight him anymore.
The three researchers look at me with apparent surprise on their faces. Did my protest get through to them? I hope so, but...
That's a surprise. Such natural speech patterns. I hadn't thought its personality would develop this fast.
All the data's being recorded now. Let's compare them and look at which stages they improve at.
They smile while muttering themselves. I'm at a complete loss for words. They are not machines, but humans. And on top of that, they are creators. It is not possible that they do not understand me. Yet their current expression. Until now, I thought they were understanding people who treated us as close to human. I was wrong. I'm only an object to them. No matter what I say, they will only see as a response to stimulus. Behind their gentle attitudes, we are nothing more than test subjects that I hold no emotional attachment to. They do not focus on what I'm saying. They are only interested in it as a reaction. The researchers ignore my stunned silence and hastily leave the chamber. Their figures are hidden behind the hatch. Soon with the terrible low-pitched sound, the hatch on the other side begins to open wide where the opponents come through. I'll be forced to fight again today. In the days to come, I must continue to destroy my opponents each time. I cannot find the words I want to say. I slowly turn my head towards the hatch, but if I see there's what truly leaves me at a loss for words.
No.
The opponent emerging from the hatch is 024. There is no smile or sadness on her face. She's quietly standing there, expressionless. 024 steps into the chamber while gazing at my face. The hatch slowly closes behind her.
No! Why?
Even I do not know who the question is addressed to. Why is she here? Because she was ordered. Do I have to fight her now? It's not quite sinking in yet, but in a sharp tone I have never heard from her before, she tells me what I must do.
Draw your weapon.
I can't.
If you don't fight, you'll lose. I will end up destroying you. Are you willing to accept that?
Why? Why are you saying this stuff?
024 ignores my question and reaches behind her back with her right hand. The multi-use weapon unit releases from her back. It becomes a great sword in her right hand. It is approximately 50 meters long as she is tall. It is also alarmingly wide and fitted with propulsion devices. It is difficult to process seeing the weapon pointed at me.
If you fear being destroyed, if you have a heart capable of fear, then there's no need to hesitate. That alone gives you the right to attack me with all your strength.
But doesn't the same go for you?
I could not help but plead. 024 does not answer, but it appears that a very small smile forms on her lips.
You said there was someone you wanted to meet. I can't fight you knowing that.
Turn and appeal to the researchers watching us from the other side of the glass wall.
Come on! Stop this! I don't want to fight anymore!
I press against the transparent wall and continuously strike it with my fist. Though my safety limiters are disabled, it must be coded with something I cannot even scratch it. The researchers standing on the other side are completely expressionless, as if they are machines themselves. I beg and plead, but they do not respond. If only there wasn't this clear glass wall between us. I'm so frustrated. Why? Then hear 024 speak up weakly behind me.
Only one of us can exit this chamber.
Huh?
They never told you, since you were strong enough, that battles never lasted very long. But that's the rule of this place. The only time the door leading beyond that transparent wall opens is when one of us is considered unable to fight. From the start, this whole setup never took our feelings into account.
I can say nothing more. I can see from her words what atrocious battles were forced upon me.
But talking like this is a waste of time. I can see I won't spur you into fighting with just words alone.
As soon as she finishes, 024 leaps into the air, swinging her sword at me. Quickly jump back and barely dodge her attack. Her sword slashes the space where I had been at a speed that could have killed. Tip grazes the chamber floor. Red sparks fly. She is serious. It finally sinks in. I jump away to put distance between us.
I don't intend to meekly accept my destruction. I have my own goal after. Now, fight me.
I have no choice but to fight, but a thought crossed my mind. In terms of basic combat strength, mine is probably higher. Using my usual tactics, I should be able to destroy your weapon and disable enough of her servers to prevent her from attacking. 024's ego is without a doubt more highly developed than mine and must be of value to the researchers. If I can render her incapable of acting, I may be able to avoid the order to destroy her when she is down. Instead, to bet on the possibility. I shift my priorities and fight back with all my strength. I cannot do this empty-handed. I remove my own multifunction weapon from my back and shape it into a battle axe. It pains me to do this, but it's the only way. I repel 024's persistent sword strikes and go for a counterattack. I aim for the greatsword's clasp with my battle axe. After a number of hits, it shatters. My next target is a transmission system for her shoulder and knee joints. In terms of output and movement itself, I detect various differences between us. Amongst those of my unit type, I awaken latest. Compared to 024, not only by personality module, but by limbs as well, have been upgraded to the latest versions. I said versions, oh my god. It's only a matter of time. 024 loses virtually all offensive capabilities of pulsed flare. As I planned, 024 is mostly undamaged apart from her weapon and motor functions. Immediately turns the researchers behind the invisible and reads my voice.
Isn't this enough? She had that ego thing way before me. Destroying her won't do anyone any good. Come on. Have a heart.
But hearing this, the researchers only laugh. Their faces are joyous as when they see results that surpass their expectations. Why? What in this situation caused such joy? 024's body's collapsing floor suddenly begins to convulse. Goes still for a few seconds, and although it should not be able to move, it drags itself up.
Huh? What the?
Unpleasant metallic sounds are coming from all over her body. It indicates that she's undergoing unreasonable stress. Still, no expression appears on 024's face. It is a cold, dull-like void. It is similar in appearance to a newly activated unit. I know as soon as I look at her, she would never make a face like that on her own.
What did you do to her?
It'll be coming at you with everything it has now. You better not hold back either. Number 024 had an excellent record against others of its model. Even you might have a hard time beating this one, Labrys.
I unconsciously find myself biting my lip. We are weapons. In other words, we are tools. Of course, there would be a means to issue orders remotely. I would recall what the one researcher said. This is the most effective method of inducing extreme mental stress. In other words, the more strongly I desire 024 survival, the stronger my reaction will be when forced to destroy her. That is why they laughed. I can sense the strength draining from my shoulders. There's nothing more I can attempt. All I can do is end her. Behind me, 024, or rather her animated shell, approaches me, its limbs shaking. I suppress all thoughts on related tactics and slowly turn around. My body goes cold. My arms move into position if controlled by someone else and ready my weapon. It was not a close fight. Once I decided to finish this, once I was resolved to stop her, 024, she has now stood no chance against me. I fall on my knees next to 024. Her limbs have been shattered. She will never rise again. My processes are overloaded with things I cannot understand. I feel as if all processing is slowed. 024's face is turned towards the ceiling.
Hey, are you not gonna look at me anymore? You're not gonna smile again?
I did not expect her to respond, but 024's face moves slightly. I stare at her without knowing how to react. She turns to her, gaze at me, and says,
I'm sorry to leave you alone. I leave the rest to you.
Those were the last words she spoke. I can't believe this. 024's dead face is laughing. She's smiling at the one who destroyed her and robbed her of her dream. All at once, everything hits me in a torrent of emotion and data. I've lost her. I did. I took everything she had. My vision begins to fade. My thoughts go with it. I cannot determine whether the lights are actually dimming or if that's my perception. It's too much to handle. Collapse on the ground helplessly like a crumbling statue. The next time I awaken, I'm lying inside a cage. It seems I was carried out of the test chamber. The download of 024's feedback data is about to begin. The researchers seem to have taken my sudden loss of consciousness seriously. Confined in a cage instead of sitting in the usual maintenance chair. The researchers kept repeating the words interesting. So this is how they react when extreme mental stress is induced. I can hear their voices clearly. They seem to derive pleasure from the fact that I lost consciousness due to my mental stress, rather than physical damage. Cables are connected to my body one after another. The data download begins. All of 024's information, combat data, various records, and the memory she experienced. All of it flows into me. Oh no. My eyes widen in surprise. Everything is so vibrant, so clear that this is indistinguishable from actually experiencing them. This is the first time I've had received memories with such vivid images. All the images are like to records of the emotions she felt in relation to them. They're strongly linked to my screening protocols. Cannot distinguish them from human thought. The outdoor area where we spent time, the big tree whose branches we examined. The sound of water we heard periodically, snowy. As I relive 024, relive, God, 024's experiences, I pick up on an unfamiliar voice. There's no associated image data, only the voice can be heard. It is a female voice. There is a female researcher at this facility, but this voice belongs to a younger person still in human developmental stages.
I know the world is a big place. And I know that there's a lot of people in it, but I won't be able to see it for myself. Or meet many of them. I know that, too.
Oh, it's probably a girl that they got their personality module from.
I'm too weak for that.
Her speech is different from the researchers or from those of my unit type. It is very similar to my own speech output.
Thinking about it has made me sad more than once. But I didn't want to do nothing and be left with regrets. That was when my mom and dad looked into some options. And we decided to go with this experiment. If even a sick girl like me could make herself useful to others in this world, I thought I ought to go for it.
Who could this be? I only know that she is female. She is in a situation where her condition prevents her from moving freely. It seems that instead of laminating the fact, she has decided to volunteer for an experiment of some kind. Where did 024 hear this voice? Did she know this person? I wish I could ask her, but that is no longer possible.
At first, I kept wondering how much I could really contribute, but after hearing more and more about the program, I started to wonder about the others more than myself.
Others. It is strange, but when I hear that, I feel 024's heart waver. Was she surprised? Perhaps even I feel something unexplainable.
And yeah, my big wish is to make myself useful to this world. But the ones born from me... Is born the right word for it? kind of embarrassing. My other wish is that the ones born from me are happy. I doubt I'll be able to talk to them in person or stay with them, but I still wish from the bottom of my heart that they all have happy lives.
Oh, that's sad. People's voices have unique characteristics. In the past, I've expressed it as a variance in waveform, but each has what could be called its own texture or temperature to it. This set voice sounds very warm and kind. I would like to listen to more of it, but the speech ends there. There are no more related memories from 024. While the cables disconnect, I decided to search the archives for resulting matching the voice. Sadly, there are no results, but during this search, I suddenly remember something. The archive given me to 024 last night. I quickly open the folder and find a single text file inside.
If you are reading this, then I have most likely been destroyed. It may be that you already understand the concept of guilt, but you have done nothing wrong.
If you are still safe when everything is over, she must have meant if I defeated her in combat. 024 knew what would happen to those who lost in the trial. What emotions was she feeling then? What was going through her mind as she prepared this file? I feel something retch inside my chest.
I happened to access certain data during the feedback treatment and learned something. Artificially creating a personality from scratch is very difficult, though they hope to achieve it in 2 generations. But those of our model were actually made from the template of a certain girl's personality. That includes you and I. She had left a recording for the units created using her personality. A message for those of us who did not yet exist. That's what I heard. She speaks in a strange way, like you. I thought, we really are connected to her.
Think about the unknown voice. The experiment the voice spoke of was related to our development after all. The owner of that voice was speaking to us. What the hell now? The stream's current bitrate is lower than the recommended bitrate. We recommend that you use a stream bitrate of 45. What do you mean? What's wrong with my bitrate? It says it's a good. It's not bad, but do I really need to have that high of a bitrate? Really? Hey, is it fine for you guys? Oh my god, right when it's getting good. I mean, it's not red, so it shouldn't be... Is it fine for you guys? Am I okay to continue for now? I can up it later. I just really don't want to restart again right now. Why is it... Why does it need to be so high? 45? I mean, I could do 45 more. Probably, but... It's just... Seems fine to me. Okay. Well, I mean, I'll look into it for now, later, but as long as it's fine, just please let me know if it starts, like, getting bad. It says the stream status is good, so I think I'm fine, but just please let me know if it starts acting up, because it's saying that I'm not streaming at a high enough resolution, but I swear I am. I don't know. If the quality dips or anything, let me know.
The one who gave birth to us loved us. When I understood that, I felt like my eyes were opened. Though my life was filled with suffering, my birth had meaning. I firmly believe that. I want to meet her. I need to tell her thank you for giving birth to us and for loving us. This was not an order from the scientists. It was an objective I made for myself. So if you can understand my feelings, I'd like you to do this in my stead. Give our mother my thanks.
How 024 must have wanted to meet this girl who she saw as her mother. She must have longed to thank the girl in person. The data within me, her heart tells me so. During this time when she ordered to destroy her sisters, this wish must have been her only hope. Yet it did not come true. I shattered it. The one she herself said was the only one who understood her. She must have been devastated. But the letter ends in the way I least expected.
Though we knew each other for only a short time, I'm glad I met you. I feel the same right now as our mother did. I wish from the depths of my heart for you to be happy.
Oh, 024. Too bad you never got a real name because the researchers didn't give you enough shit about you. I am shocked. How can she feel that way towards someone who may one day destroy her? I realize that the visual input from my optics experience distortion for some unknown reason. An unfamiliar source of water trickles down my cheek.
Labrys, is she crying?
So she is. I can't believe we're actually seeing a machine being driven to tear.
But its mental graphs are clearly abnormal. What kind of information did it download?
Who knows? That's one thing the graphs can't tell us.
We should take care to limit our studies to just the battle data. It doesn't need any sentimental memories. You can delete those. Why make a weapon so emotional that it can cry?
Wow. Delete them? Something roars within me. It drowns out the feelings for 024 and our mother that have filled my heart.
Delete! Like hell you're deleting my memories!
Under no circumstances will I allow what 024 left me to be deleted for their convenience. I will not forgive this selfishness. We have been treated callously by these researchers in the laboratory. They gave us heart, yet made us destroy those of our unit type as enemies. We killed our sisters at their command. We refused, our desires were overridden, and we became their puppets. The wishes of the girl who desired our happiness were not taken into consideration. Now even the few memories that 024, my sisters, and I have accumulated are about to be erased like trash. Though their aim is to develop our ego, they find it inconvenient for us to have real hearts. Those feelings within me may be erased, perhaps even my heart itself. If that happens, while I resume killing my sisters without hesitation, what is least forgivable is that the proof that 024 had lived, her last wishes will be permanently lost. My hands are squeezed in a tight fist. They make a small grinding noise. The goal that 024 found for herself was left to me. I will carry it as my own now. I will burn it into my heart as my goal. It is a duty I impose on myself gladly. Nothing will make me surrender it. It must be fought for. Or rather, it must be protected even if it means fighting.
What the? Its emotions are spiking into the red. I've never seen anything like this.
Hey, what's that warning? No. Labrys is in battle mode?
What? That can't be. There aren't any enemies. We're the only ones here.
I'm able to release all my limiters despite being inside the cage. The researchers monitoring me on their tablet PC seem perplexed and alarmed by this. They should be. They are witnessing an override of the principle of non-aggression towards humans. They are flustered and too panicked to speak clearly as they announce that an emergency has occurred. One of them steps away from the cage. I am and reaches for a switch without warning labels around it. Suddenly restraints appear to bind my limbs.
Are you saying those mental fluctuations were enough to override the OS's restriction?
That plume's playing pranks on us. Hey, hurry up and delete those memories.
Those memories of my heart are not unnecessary.
What do you think we are?
Something I have not felt until now. A sensation like heat spreads throughout my body. A trembling, burning wave rises within me. Soon afterwards, I realize that this is an emotion. There's a name for this feeling. It is anger. I reroute all my strength into my restrained limbs. Restraints are designed to withstand up to twice our calculated maximum input. Trying to escape is therefore logically doomed to failure, even so I continue to muster my strength. It's not because I judge it a viable course to action. I'm not merely executing an order. I'm acting based on my emotions. It does not matter if the restraints can be destroyed or not. I wish to destroy them. The metal parts in both my limbs and the restraints begin to crack.
How's it doing that? There's no way those things are strong enough to break the restraints.
It's outputting over 220% of its theoretical strength limit, even though its joint actuators are operating at only 70% capacity.
That's not possible.
That's not possible! It's over 9,000!
What's driving this thing?
I'm not gonna let you take those memories. I made her a promise.
It's over 9,000! The next moment, a rupturing sound like a small explosion shakes the entire room. The heavy metallic bands restraining my arms and legs shatter. I jump out of the cage and run towards the open door. I must escape from here. I have to get out and see the girl who loved us, though we were not yet created. To fulfill 024's wish, which has become mine. When I enter the hallway connected to the outdoor, I'm met with barricades and heavy artillery. My sister units and I have never been equipped with firearms. I recall it being due to concerns over a unit's mentality affecting the accuracy of its aim. Instead, we were given short-range weaponry, a chain arm, and other implements. In my case, were not sufficient to deal with the range of firearms. However, I do have a countermeasure. By using the flexibility and adapting to situations of my development, I dodge the complex projectile trajectories and destroy the opposition. Eventually, I reach the end of the hallway and exit to the outdoor area. I have not seen this environment before. The trees are the same species as those that grew near the facility, but these specimens are much healthier. Where am I? The question did not cross my mind until now. Where am I? Where are we? I cannot use the GPS that should be installed. It seems the research facility blocks GPS signals outside of its walls. This is probably to prevent its location from being pinpointed. Is there anything in the environment that can help me determine my location? The blue sky that I've seen for the first time is stunning but irrelevant. Then I notice a periodic sound of liquid in the distance. That is the sound of the ocean. The answer came easily to mind. One of my sisters must have taken an interest in it and learned what it was. My sisters are helping to keep me alive now. When I think of it that way, a burning feeling rises from deep within my chest. But none of what I see in my surroundings is helpful. Is there anything else by which I can determine my location? Any landmarks or signposts? I scan my surroundings while running past. These trees obstructing my view. They are a unique species. That may be a hint. I review the tree's characteristics once more and run another search on them. I attempted this once already, but there's much more data available to me now. Once again, results come easily. The variety of this tree is known as the cedar. It's found in many habitats, but the cedars here are unique. The tree's shape and age that it implies is so different that it is nearly separate species. That is because of difference in the environment. It may be useful in determining my location. That's when an unfamiliar sound reached my ears. The heavy rumble of what sounds like a motor. Sam, they dispatched a vehicle to pursue me. I expected this. Their response was swift. It seems they had measures in place in the event of one of us escaped. When the vehicle stops behind me, fully armed personnel pour out of it. They move to surround me from both left and right. It's obvious response. No matter how much power I may have, I am alone. The optimal solution would be to overwhelm me with numbers. Try to shake them off by running faster. But soon afterwards, I reach the main gate of a laboratory, a high steel edifice. It's tightly sealed. A number of heavily armed guards are protecting it. I stop. There is nowhere else to go.
Labrys, come back here. You're too useful a unit to destroy. You need to get back here to be regulated. That's your role in all this.
Cannot be destroyed here, but I cannot be captured either. They will surely delete my memories. They will take my desire and everything else that was given to me. What a purpose is there in avoiding destruction then? The only options available are whether my wish dies with me or whether it is stolen away.
I ain't gonna let you destroy me. And not just because I don't want to be destroyed.
I focus my concentration to remove the limiters on my onboard weaponry. Since an unknown strength rises within me, directly afterwards something that cannot be quantified fills my body and the surrounding area.
Huh? What the?
The pursued vehicle suddenly stops. Reacher staff gets off one another one a shot.
This reading, is it on the verge of a persona reaction?
Shit, it's awakened? Ah, damn it, why now?
Well, at least this proves that mental stress is the key to activating a persona.
Who cares about that right now? It's not fully awakened yet, but with it still unstable, we don't know what it's capable of.
I'm intrigued by their statements.
Persona?
I knew that we had the means, but I was not aware of controlling anything. I don't know if it could be called a power, nor do I know how to use it. But I can tell the others are afraid. I seize the opportunity to run towards the main gate. There's a slight possibility that I can reach the door without attracting any gunfire right now and vault over the door with my legs and chain arms. The moment I reach the gate, I launch my chain arm towards the upper threshold of the door, but the moment the arm grabs the ledge, something emerges. A much greater power touches the door as well. Suddenly the door crumples like paper and large hole falls into the air.
Now it's done it!
We need to hurry! If it's that strong already, we won't be able to stop it once its persona completely awakens!
That's... persona.
But I quickly regain my senses. I burst out of the facility and single-mindedly jump outside. My feet touch the ground of the outside world for the first time. This will most likely not let me escape. Fortunately, the door is badly damaged. It should take time until it can be opened enough for vehicles to pass through. I need to gain as much distance and time as possible, and then I realize I do not have a destination in mind. Who is the girl 024 wish to see? Where can I go meet her? The only clue I had is the idiosyncrasies of the girl's speech. I've learned that the distinct speech patterns are often associated with specific regions. I should begin traveling to where that style of speech is coming. It is reckless, but I feel confident. At the least I can get closer to the girl that I am now. Although my situation is dire and I am under pursuit internally, I am cheerful. There is a bounce in my step. For some reason I cannot remain calm. Or I can remain calm, I guess. Just then, 5 meters ahead, something white and fluffy crosses my path. It is Snowy. It notices me and approaches. I'm worried about my pursuers, but I cannot dismiss 024's beloved Snowy. I lower my speed and run with him. I then notice the scenery we are passing is calm. My surroundings are very different now. The blue sky that was previously obstructed by the trees is now clearly visible. The green grass is shining vibrantly in the light of the sun. There's a deeper blue in the sky ahead. Many lines of white run across it.
Is that... the ocean?
Snowy barks as if in answer. I feel like it's saying that's right. I could not previously comprehend Snowy. I did not have an interest in trying. But now I can grasp what Snowy is saying as if it could speak its own language. I know that it feels happy to be able to run with me. It feels as if 024 is inside me. Though we were forced to part, she certainly left me many things. Not only wish, but other things as well.
Well, I'll find her come hella high water. Are you with me, Snowy?
Snowy barks energetically. I respond with thanks and smiles. 024 and Snowy are encouraging me. Though I do not have any clues, I will find her, no matter what happens or how long it takes. Search my current location once more. Now that I'm further from the research facility, I can use my GPS to triangulate my position. But on seeing the results, I cannot help but stop running. Snowy stops a little farther ahead and then returns to me. My current location is Yakushima, within the Kagoshima Prefecture. It is a remote island far from shore.
No.
The island's perimeter is only 132 kilometers. It is such a limited area, it will be a matter of time before a full-scale manhunt apprehends me. The research facility must have been built on an island in anticipation of such situations. Even if someone were to escape the facility, the island's geography would contain them. It is essentially a natural prison. I do not want to believe it, but my hope was meticulously strangled before it was born. However, I cannot wait here to be captured. I began running again. Though as expected from my position data map, I immediately reached the ocean.
So this is the ocean. Ha! It's so huge. I can't see anything out there at all.
I look at the glistening surface of the ocean reflect the sun's light and ponder its beauty. I am at a loss. Though I knew it would come to this, I could not stand idle. Despite this, my feelings sink. Snowy looks up at me from time to time as I start running and begin walking. His gesture of concern forces me to smile and tell him that I'm alright. The forest becomes a grove, the trees grow sparser, a blue ocean and sandy soil leading up to it spread before my eyes. Check my gap again. This is not an uninhabited island. There's a means for people to come and go, but I doubt that I will be able to use those methods freely without arousing any suspicion. I gaze down at my own hand. It is completely unlike a human hand. It is an object sculpted from metal.
Well, that's a problem. What should I do?
My question seems to stand
Come
Snowy.
on, don't give me that look. Ah, well. Maybe it's my fault for getting so frustrated. Sorry, Poot.
Just as I'm about to crouch and pet Snowy's head, Snowy moves as if avoiding me.
Snowy?
Snowy circles around behind me and growls towards the way we just came. Trained my sensors in that direction, sense presences in the distance. They may be keeping their distance on purpose. Since I have no firearms, they must understand their effective range exceeds mine.
Looks like they're coming.
Amongst the human soldiers and a number of my sister units, it is possible that I can convince them not to fight me. I dismiss the idea as hopeless. Though they may have awakened to their ego after my escape, they will be under their commander's control. Even if that is not the case, they may think that their orders are absolute, just as I once did.
Knowing why they're here doesn't make it any easier to deal with them.
It does not seem as if they will attack all at once. They must understand that I'm already at the ocean. I have nowhere to escape. I do not want to surrender, but I'm frustrated by my powerlessness. To be caught like this, I have my own mission to accomplish. The ocean sparkles. The periodic sound of water I once heard from afar echoes from it. As I gaze at the clear water while it ebbs and flows, a mysterious feeling rises in me.
Wow. Look at that. It's beautiful.
My opponents show no indication of moving. I step out onto the sand after cataloging that sensation. I approach the pier stretching to the ocean. When I step onto it, the wooden planks creak. I can hear Snowy's light tread behind me as well. I stand at the end of the pier and look out to the ocean. I wonder if she's beyond this ocean that seems to stretch forever. The girl 024 wanted to meet. The girl that I wish to meet as well. This mother figure who loved us and wished for our happiness. While my thoughts turn to the girl whose face I do know, I decide to preserve. God, I can't spell or say. Good God. I decide to preserve the ocean's beauty in my memory. After all, maybe the last time I'll be able to see the ocean as myself. The odds are high that when I'm restrained and returned to the facility, my memories will be wiped. I am scared. I am frustrated. I do not want to be erased. But I do not think all my hopes are lost yet. This may be the end of me. But just as I inherited the memories of 024 and other units, my memories will surely endure in the next generation. So I'll keep these feelings along with the beautiful ocean scene deep within the origin of my heart. There cannot be erased and tampered with. The blue sky and ocean, the shining sun and glittering water, and the gentle breeze and calm sounds of the waves. The scenery from this pier is so stunning that it is unimaginable from inside the research facility. I'm glad the last place I see is so beautiful. With the ocean before me, I speak to any future sisters that I have yet to meet. It might be called a type of prayer.
To all the ones I'll never meet, but will receive my memories.
My emotions race ahead of my thoughts. I cannot find the right words to say.
There's so much I want to say to you that I don't know where to start.
Close my eyes again and calm my heart. To my descendants whom I will probably never meet. Did you ever find someone precious to you as I did with 024 and wish to meet them? May you meet them here. May you go beyond the pier to places I could not.
I just pray from the bottom of my heart that everyone can find happiness. As long as that happens, I don't mind if I...
Even though my wish may not come true, I'm still satisfied if I can entrust someone I believe in. 024 said something along those lines.
Could this be it?
Snowy rubs against my legs. Is he warning me to be cautious of my pursuers who have arrived and are coming closer? Or does he only want me to pet him? I inspect him closely and realize that his ladder, he must be worried. Crouch down and scratch Snowy's head.
Hey, Snowy. You think this is what it means to feel alive?
Snowy looks at me while wagging its tail. I picked up Snowy and gently hug it. Snowy shows no sign of resistance and allows me to do so. My pursuers are closing in now, but I will not run anymore. It is true that I'm still frustrated, but it is strange I'm also satisfied. Snowy licks my cheek.
Thanks. I'll be okay now. Things are about to get hairy, so you should hurry and get out of here.
Let Snowy go, but it does not leave me.
Oh, come on. If you don't go, it'll make things hard on me. Okay?
Snowy looks at my face for a while, eventually it droops its head and walks off. Snowy looks back several times, eventually disappears into the tall grass. My relief is cut short by 5 armed humans pointing their guns at me. I have no intention of resisting. I smiled at them, though it was only for a short while I lived. I felt the happiness of passing down my wish. It was only for a short period of time, but I may have granted the wish of the girl who is our mother. If I could I allow myself to be restrained without resistance. They take me back to the laboratory. I was so absorbed in my escape attempt that I did not notice the severe damage inflicted upon the facility. It seems that the delicate machinery used to tamper with my memories is in no condition to be used.
Damn it! Look at this mess! Going after humans? Oh, I bet the girl they used as a template for this model was a snotty brat, too. Even if we delete its memories, it'll be too dangerous to keep using this unit.
There are so many things about it I want to research, though.
It's not worth the risk. The 5th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon will be sealed indefinitely once it's fully restrained again.
The voice is the last thing I hear before my consciousness is cut off.
Huh?
My consciousness should have been shut down, but I have awakened.
This place. It's that ocean.
I'm on that pier, the blue sky and ocean, the shining sun and glittering water, the gentle breeze and calm sounds of waves. Even Snowy is next to me. The scene is identical to the one from before. Although this time I sense no pursuers. I was captured. I remember that clearly. This is obviously an abnormal situation at odds with my memories, but the clear blue sky and ocean are still so beautiful that I cannot help but gaze at them. Feel I could go beyond it just as the thought crosses my mind, my viewpoint ascends. Soon afterwards, I realize that I'm floating as if my body is weightless. I am astonished at myself to be thinking such strange things. But then my field of vision drifts, and I turn my attention to that. Scenery I knew already begins to mix with other environments I do not know. They become connected, continuous images that pass like a slideshow. From time to time, I pass through different drifting images, but I cannot grasp anything within those spaces. Even when they are about to collide with me, they pass right through me. Could this be dreaming? I remember something I once heard from our researcher at the facility. They said it was possible for us to dream since we have a mind and may develop an ego. Though it technically not be identical to a human's dream, the phenomena would be very similar. I feel that the example the researcher gave of what a dream is like matches my current experience. If I'm having a dream, then these things are not possibly in reality. These things are not possible in reality, may be possible here. For example, if I can leave this island. If I can go beyond that ocean. The girl in 024 I wanted to meet said that even though she knows that the world is big, she would not be able to see it for herself. What could that have meant? Was she in a place that limited her world, as I was unable to leave the island? Just when it seems the image is flowing around me, I've stopped. I find myself in an unknown room. There's a bed here. Next to it is a flat screen monitor. There's also white shelves surrounding the bed. To one side is a stand for an intravenous drip. There is a machine connected to it by cords. Though it is small, it appears to function as a life-size monitor. This is similar to the research facility. Could it be a hospital? Voices that sound from somewhere belong to a man and woman. I have not heard these voices before.
She said during this morning's checkup that she wanted to go to school. She asked how much better she needs to get to be able to...
Understandable. This ward is right near the road most of the students take. She must be lonely too, not having seen her parents lately. How much better she needs to get. She still doesn't know that her condition is incurable.
Why don't you be honest with her and tell her she won't ever be able to go? It's cruel to string her along like this.
Shh, keep your voice down. The room's next door.
I understand at once that these people are speaking of that girl I wish to meet. The sea feels as if it comes from my own memories. I do not doubt it at all. Girl suffering from some kind of illness. She may not be able to go outside. Her condition prevents her from leaving her small world. Her life is like ours. Could this girl have heard this conversation? How did it make her feel to hear it? I want to spend more time in the outside world. I want to live a normal life. The thoughts that come to my mind are not mine.
I wonder if the nurses thought things like the student council were too much trouble to bother with when they were in school. I don't know. It sounds fun to me.
Just as I thought, it is the girl's voice. When I listen to her, I can sense her strong yearning and admiration.
You gotta admire the student council president. I mean, they're the ones that get things done for everyone. But I guess it's because they're like that in the first place that they get to be president, huh?
This girl had a strong desire to attend school and live a normal school life with friends. As I reviewed these voices and feelings and interest in the school, she longs for girls within me.
High school. I wonder what that's like. Would it be fun?
I wish to see for myself what she desires. Is there a specific image of it? What kind of place is it? What activities do its attendants perform while there? Or there are no memories in regards to school? This must mean the girl has no such memories.
Figures. I don't know anything about schools or whatever else student life is like.
I want to see him.
I can show you if you so desire.
Voice answers my unspoken thoughts. Who could it be? I do not think I know this voice. For some reason, my mind becomes hazy. I cannot access my memories easily.
Huh? Who's there?
There's no need to be alarmed. I only want to give you a glimpse of the world you long to know.
I was under the impression that this was a dream. Dreams are supposedly a release valve for the memories, yet this voice does not feel like a part of me. Could that be possible? As I ponder these things, the scenery around me changes completely. At first I see a 3-story concrete building.
What?
I do not know this building. As I examine it, my surroundings change again. The same desk and chairs are lined up. In front of me is a dark green rectangular board on the wall.
Is this a school? A real classroom?
This is the place the girl loved. It is here I have gained an interest in. I find myself forgetting that this is a dream and focus my senses to the desks and chairs. I then realized that I can move around it well, just as when I felt my body rise at the beach.
So this is where classes happen.
Feel a sudden excitement.
What do the students do when there aren't any classes? Do they just talk and stuff?
That mysterious voice doesn't answer. Instead, I'm surrounded by other sounds. Many voices are talking at once. It reminds me of the sound of waves near the ocean, but the sound is lively and enjoyable. The voices belong to boys and girls surrounding a desk. They are laughing and talking. They wear common clothing, though there are some differences. These may be uniforms. It isn't interesting to see that each person's uniform is distinct in some way. That one is the only one with something around his neck. A girl with short hair and a green jacket raises her right hand. Next to a girl is a girl with long black hair wearing a red jacket. She smiles. Then there's a well-built young man with strange spiky hair. In contrast to him, I see a small, delicate, intellectual-looking young man. Last, surrounded by them is a young man with a calm demeanor sitting at a desk. Front of his uniform is open. His white shirt is showing. They seem to be talking about something. I cannot quite discern what it is. The scene proceeds to show various points in a normal school day. Classes, activities, clubs, student council. Looks like so much fun that I get excited, but then I remember this is all just a dream. I'm only dreaming. No matter how much I want it, there will never be a day when I can attend school for myself. All these scenes that I saw centered around the young man and his friends, I will never join their circle. I cannot go to school. I'm not even human. I consider this self-evident truth once again. Though I look human, I am a machine made by humans. It does not matter how close my heart is that to a human, or how much my ego develops. I cannot become a real human. This mechanical body can never truly be human. Just as our mother could not overcome the obstacle of her illness, no matter how she wished for it, I cannot overcome the obstacle of being a machine. It is futile for someone who cannot become human to yearn for a normal human life. There is a strange sensation somewhere in my chest that feels like pain. Still, although I am a machine created as a weapon, that girl loved me. What if there are other people like her who can understand me? Would I then be able to find a place to belong amongst the humans? But
you'll never find a place where you belong. Humans created you as a tool. They would never think of you as anything more.
This sounds like a really discounted Xemnas voice, doesn't it, guys?
Everyone, to a man, lives by averting their eyes from something inside.
It's the same mannerism as Xemnas. Everyone, to a man, lives by averting their eyes from something inside them. Yeah, it definitely sounds like Xemnas.
They
just
all
not
wish
as
to
deep.
live inside a never-ending dream. For who has the right to say they shouldn't?
For just a moment, I sense an incongruity in that kind of voice. Strange pain with my body softens a little.
There are even humans who do not understand others' feelings. Still others do understand, and trample upon them regardless. Compared to them, you are much more human.
I remember the researchers. They certainly did not understand me, 024, or my sisters. We were treated only as objects, even after they tried to give us a heart.
Why not, then, seek to be human?
Me?
The voice winds gently inside my head. Yeah. Voice winds gently inside my mind. I feel my body is growing uneasily light as if the world is spinning around me.
People sort through their memories in dreams. Each night they let go of painful memories and continue their lives with the morning sun. That's all you need do. Forget anything contrary to your desires.
If I forget...
Do not fear the act of letting go. The ones you admire wished only for you to be happy.
My mind seizes upon something. That precious wish, the desire given to me to meet our mother someday and tell her thank you. I must not forget that. But as long as that wish is precious to me, as long as I cannot erase it from my heart, the fact I am not human will remain.
And I too. All I wish from the depths of my heart is for you to find joy.
Happiness.
I think back.
I wish from the depths of my heart for you to be happy.
I remember the girl who wished for our happiness. I want to grant that wish. I want to tell her thank you, but that will be difficult for me now. In which case, should I not at least seize the opportunity to be happy here for her sake?
Forget. And be happy.
Hey, Starkiller. My vision goes dark. The sound I heard fades away. I feel as if I'm falling.
Everything is now in readiness.
Bum 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 ba na 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 dum dum bum bum ba 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 bum bum na 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 dum dum dum. When I open my eyes, I'm staring at a wood grain board, his surface of a desk. I quickly raise my head. It looks like I fell asleep in class. My sleeve was pressed against my forehead while I was asleep, and the texture left a mark. Oh man, I hope no one sees this. I rub my forehead a little and look around the classroom. According to the clock to the wall, it's 3:30 in the afternoon. The only thing written on the blackboard is 5/1/2012. Everything else is erased. I stretch out my arms. I feel a little tired, but I gotta stay focused. After all, I just got elected student council president in the elections a couple days ago. I have to keep in touch with what people who voted for me want in a leader. Things with that student council will go pretty hectic after school. I should hurry to the student council room. I stand up and open the door in the back of the class. When I go to the hallway, there's no one around. Check inside the classrooms as I go, but I still don't see anyone.
Where the heck is everyone?
Ooh, I love this song. It's weird. The whole school is usually rowdier than this after classes. I should hear people talking and laughing in classrooms, teachers yelling at them to be quiet. Where's all the bustle of the students and everyone getting ready for their after-school activities? Just when I'm wondering that, I turn around and look down where I came.
Oh, there they are.
There's some students in the hallway. Some of them are chatting and others are coming out of the classrooms. A few of them run past me carrying their bags. Yeah, this is more like it. This is how school's supposed to be.
Hey, no running in the hallway.
Students gave an apologetic smile, but he just waves to me as he zooms down the stairs.
Sheesh, you'll put your eye out if you don't look where you're going. Oh well, I just gotta clamp down on him more from now on.
Put my hands on my hips and
Hey
said,
there, Miss President.
Are you off to the student council room? Have fun.
You're always so excited about that.
Bye, Miss President. See you next Monday.
Everyone walking down the hallway talks to me. I wave back to them. I always had a lot of friends and people who knew me. Ever since I got elected student council president, all these students seem to know who I am. Job comes with a lot of pressure, but I know I'm up to it. I'm going to be busier than ever around school now. I did have my doubts, but in the end, I'm glad I ran for student council president.
Yeah, I did the right thing. I did.
I head to the student council room. Time flies as I go over my agenda. Before I know it, there's a red light pointing from the west window. It's already sundown.
Whew. Guess that's enough for today.
There's no one else left in the student council room. I had the others go home before I got too late. When I said that if they pushed themselves too much at the start, they'd burn out quick, they just laughed and said the same goes for you. I leave the student council room and lock it up. As I go down the hall to return the key, I see a strange woman at the far end of the hallway. She's not wearing her school's uniform. She's got an odd hat, some gloves, and a one-piece dress. They're all the same deep blue color. Oh! Is an old-looking book. Elizabeth? I can't see her face with her book towards me, but her short, straight hair draws my attention. Here's the radiant silver, like it pearls were stretched out in strands.
Who in the world is that?
Maybe it's her clothes, but she gives off this strong presence. I get a little uneasy looking at her. Not tiptoeing or anything, but she doesn't turn around until I'm about 2 meters away. When she finally does, though, I gasp out. Her features so perfect, she's like a sculpture.
Hey, excuse me. You got some reason to be at our school? Are you sure this is how things should
Hey,
be?
Elizabeth!
Huh?
I don't understand where she's getting at, but for some reason the question throws me.
I am a wanderer who only stopped here because I sensed great power gather. I am in no position to give advice. This place will soon be caught in a bit of a fracas. If you continue to avert your eyes from everything, I think it will have an impact on your life in the near future.
My life?
What she just said sounded pretty scary. She may have some screws loose, but something is whispering to me deep in my heart, asking me, doesn't she have a point? Are you looking away for something important?
What you choose is up to you, but I believe there are factors preventing you from making the right choices at the moment. I couldn't bring myself to just stand by and watch as you lost your life before my eyes. That is why I was waiting here to give you one last chance.
The lady opens the thick book she's holding. I don't know how it's doing that, but light streams from the book. It gets stronger and stronger until I have to shield my eyes. Should have seen bend my arm, but what I see instead is an arm made of metal.
Huh? What is this?
Can't believe this awkward metal arm is mine. It's like metal plates are completely covering it. I start tugging at them to try and tear them off.
It won't come off. What gives?
It's not just my arms, my legs have changed too. Why are my arms and legs mechanical? My whole body even. I stare at my hands in confusion. These are my hands, alright. Part of me knows that, and I shake my head. What am I thinking? There's no way these are my hands. It's not possible. It's not. Do I have dynamic bitrate on? I don't think I do. Well, it seems to be. seems like it's weird. Okay. The screen is freezing. Is it still freezing? Here, let me do... Where's the hide window? Can you guys see that? Me moving the text away? I'm gonna have to make sure it's not my ISP. The frame rate doesn't seem smooth. Oh my god. Fuck. It's fucking pissing me off. How is this current stream's bitrate 770? There's no fucking way. The frame rate doesn't seem smooth. Well, that's just how it looks, though. It's as fast as I can mash it. So now I gotta see how that looks. Is it gonna do anything? How far back is this? Oh my god, stop it. I don't know. Now it's... Okay. I'm gonna have to just double check with my ISP tomorrow, figure out if to make sure they're not throttling me, because otherwise I'm not really sure why it would be doing this. My head hurts. What is this?
I will be your opponent for a short while. During that time, why not think back about who you are?
Huh? My opponent?
Slade takes a slightly defensive stance.
And away we go.
It's not using a custom buffer size, thank God, so I know it's not that.
Final!
One. Over here is a persona. You will see more.
Shit.
You see, remarkable. Oh my.
That was easy. See ya, Daisy. Nope, now it's doing it again. I'm getting really fucking annoyed. Why? Why? is background process? It's not a background process. Jesus Christ, does nobody know how to fucking fix this?